All right. Congratulations. So much fun to watch you in this
Thank
movie.
you.
And I have to say, you are such a veteran at comedy. I mean, do you just like breathe and it just happens for you?
I don't know if it really just happens for me, and kind of everything has to sort of be in alignment. You can't make comedy happen. It's not something that you can make happen. I think that's where a lot of people fail. But I think if the reality of the scene is there and the reality of the characters and all of that, human beings are funny. So I think that's usually where I work from. So if it works out, it's good, and if it doesn't, it's not good.
Yeah. Well, it always works for you, my dear.
Well,
I have
thank
to tell you,
you.
it
I
really-
just try to make it as real as possible,
Yeah.
so that then you can kind of put it, as I call it, twinkling above it, where you get all the work done there, and then you kind of let go a little bit, and then the comedy happens in this other weird place.
Yeah. Well, with this especially, this script, I mean, it is a very relatable situations that are going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have long distance relationships. Relationships anyway are hard to get
Yeah.
through. When you read this, did you find, well, yeah, maybe I can relate a little bit to what's going on here?
Well, I think that my character needs to not relate to that. My character needs to look at that and say, this is a horrible situation. But I relate to being an older sister. I have a younger sister. I relate to the fact that no one's ever going to be good enough for her, regardless of how many good things they show you. That you're always going to be ready to kick their ass. So those are off the page. That's easy to kind of relate to.
And working with someone like Drew Barrymore, I can't imagine there'd be anybody easier to be sisters with.
Well, I think that, if you asked Drew, and I think we both sort of looked at each other from day one, and I know who she is at the core of who she is for some weird reason. And I think she looks at me and is the same way. There's this feeling of understanding that the two of us have of who we really are, kind of deep down where nobody else is seen. And I think that gave us a great chemistry because it was just easy after that. I felt completely protective of her. She felt completely trusting of me, and it just sort of worked.
Did you find that you were allowed to do a little bit of improvisation on this type of film?
Yeah, it was really encouraged, actually. I mean, to the point where, Nanette would let the thing roll, and I would be like, how much money does this movie have that you're just letting film roll for 20 minutes and people are just riffing? So yeah, it was really encouraged.
Yeah, well, especially when you have funny people like yourself, but also like Jason Sudeikis and Charlie and Justin. I don't know how some days you got through.
I know. A lot of when all the boys would get together, they would go on forever. I'm more of my improv kind of comes in, and then I like to get back on track a little bit. Hit it here and there, but they would kind of go off for 20 minutes. And then that's where I go, I'm lost. I can't.
Good stuff for the DVD later on.
Yeah, I'm so lost.
Now, working with somebody with Justin Long, there was a great tension, obviously, between the characters, your characters. But he told me that, he was actually completely comfortable dropping trow in front of you. He says that you were comfortable looking at that.
Okay, well, first of all, he's wrong about me being comfortable looking at it. But it was basically first day of work, and we shot the scene of them on the table. And Justin was not wearing any clothes. Justin was also bent over. Justin was 1.5 feet away from me. That's what I saw my first day. I think I saw into his throat. That's how much I saw of him. So I think that basically that sort of uncomfortable feeling really worked for the rest of the scenes that we were in.
Yeah, he went on about that story for about 4 minutes.
It's a good story. And that's not the only one. That's the only time, not the only time I had to look at his parts for over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, he's feeling a little bit too
comfortable. He's very
comfortable
with himself. I think he's proud of what he's got going on. But it was a lot for me. It was a lot. For instance, Nanette kept saying, Christina, when you come in, because I would come in, the light would come on, I'd see it, and immediately turn away. Because I'm literally looking at Justin's, the whole thing, all the way from one end to the other, the whole thing. And that's just my natural reaction to it. And she kept going, I need you to look at it a little bit longer so we can cut it. I said, you know what? No. That's my natural reaction. So therefore that would be the character's natural reaction, to not stare at it. I don't need to stare at it for 20 seconds because you need to cut something. Just figure it out. Because I don't want to do it. I love Justin to death.
but uncomfortable.
that I'm happy not staring at it.
Yeah, I hear you.
How about that?
I totally hear you.
We're not doing that.
Now, Corinne has a very interesting way of getting her daughter to be quiet. Maya statue. Have you ever in your life heard somebody tell their kid to be a statue?
Someone who just interviewed me did with their kid. I mean, I think it's great. I mean, if it works, it works. You know what I mean? I'm sure this one's not going to be like that because I can already tell that there's an attitude problem already. I can tell it's just like tough.
Already kicking and wanting.
Already doing weird things. Like I already know I'm going to be in trouble.
Now, when you choose scripts these days, like is there something that you're particularly looking for? Do you want to start doing a little bit more drama? Or are you just really enjoying this comedy?
I think that it's what I get sent, so it's not necessarily that I am sort of that's all I pursue, but it's kind of what I get sent. It's kind of what people want me to do. You know, I'm the go-to girl for that basically. But of course, I would love if something came along that was not hysterically funny, then that would be greatly appealing to me as well. I think if I develop something for myself for say television, I think it's gonna be more in that vein. It'll be a little darker.
Yeah,
of course it will be funny because people are funny and people in conflict are just funny.
Yeah,
so.
It's great fodder for of course,
yeah.
great material. In this film, when I was talking to Drew and Justin about this, because they were together when they shot this film, they were really dating, and and obviously it helped the characters. It really made it was so real to watch them on screen because there was nothing fake. They knew each other so well. What did you find that when you were watching them doing stuff like that, it was like, really, I think this really kind of helped the story along. Yeah,
I mean, I think that. I mean, I worked with my ex-husband, and it was like the most awkward thing on the planet. Not for any reason except for there was an awkwardness, but there was also sort of a comfort there level as well. But I think what really is great with those two is that they're really good friends. And, I don't know what their status is, it's none of my business, but I see how much they really like each other and make each other laugh, and all of those things really, I think, worked because they trust each other.
Yeah. What are we going to see next from you? I think a movie called Hall Pass.
Hall Pass. Yeah. So next year. That's February or March or something, and that's with Jason Sudeikis. Plays my husband in that one.
Wow, fun time. He's so funny. He's such a
He's very funny.
So he has to get you on Saturday Night Live.
This is our third movie together.
I think we need to see you on Saturday Night Live.
I know. I haven't done that since I was 20 years old. It's been a long time.
Well, just want very quickly. I want to ask you about that because, of course, we all grew up with you as Kelly Bundy. It was such a statement of your career. It was so awesome. Do you still keep in touch with anybody? I mean, I'd love to see you on Modern Family.
Yeah, me and ABC. No, kidding. No, yeah, I mean, we're actually doing a big photo shoot together on Monday. I'm super excited. It's going to be all of us.
All four of you. Oh, that's fantastic.
Really
I look forward to that. It's great. I'm glad because you guys were all...
And I love them to death.
They're all fantastic.
They're so
all of you,
so
as
great.
you are, and you were really funny in this movie. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Best of luck
Thank
with
you.
everything. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.